on L. Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
Check out the great deals at Gilead Auto Group in Glasgow.
Stretch your hard-earned tax refund further during Gilead's Tax Time Sale-a-thon. Save big on over 450 pre-owned vehicles, starting at $2,500 up to like new 2018 models. Plus, we have over 100 vehicles priced below $9,900. We work with over 20 lenders to get you the vehicle you need and deserve, no matter your credit situation.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky.
For WCLU Local News, I'm Wes Royce reporting. Barron County schools will not be in session today due to the forecasted sub-zero wind chills. An immediate change to the school calendar is that students will be in session on Monday, February the 18th. School will not be in session on Thursday, January 31st or Friday of this week due to the below-average attendance related to widespread illness. Superintendent Bo Matthews spoke with WCLU yesterday afternoon.
In addition to sub-zero wind chills predicted for Wednesday morning, Barron County schools will be closed Wednesday through Friday of this week. It's primarily due to a declining attendance rate that we've been monitoring for over a week now. We have finally got to the point we are only in the 89% range, and we're also running into a shortage of substitutes to cover our staff member responsibility. So we've decided that we're going to close Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week. We will be utilizing our iLearn at Home program. Thursday will be iLearn Day 1, and Friday will be iLearn Day 2. And hopefully we'll get back to our normal schedule next Monday.
Again, that's Thursday and Friday will be iLearn at Home Day 1 and 2 at the elementary school level. All Little League activities and practices will be canceled for Wednesday through Friday. There will be no daycare services provided either. For after-school or extracurricular activity cancellations, please contact your local school and visit the school social media and web pages. A hemp manufacturer based in Winchester has announced that they've developed genetic material from the plant that has 0.0% THC, the ingredient in hemp's cousin, cannabis sativa, that gives a high from smoking or ingesting marijuana. Gincana was an inaugural member of the Kentucky Department of Agriculture's Industrial Hemp Pilot Program and was the first hemp pilot program participant dedicated specifically and exclusively to researching and commercializing hemp-derived CBD or cannabidiol. The company calls this a significant development in the burgeoning hemp industry, which has recently been helped with the passage of the 2018 Federal Farm Bill and the removal of hemp from the Controlled Substances Act. Agriculture Commissioner Ryan Quarles calls this a remarkable development for the hemp industry and for Kentucky. He says, quote, "When I became Ag Commissioner, I promised to make Kentucky the epicenter of hemp research and production in the United States. Announcements like these prove Kentucky is well positioned to lead the nation in this arena." According to Gincana, producing proprietary patentable genetics at 0% THC promises farmers, processors, and other potential industry partners a path toward industry participation. Genetics with 0% THC are the only foolproof way of mitigating that concern. The research was done in partnership with the University of Kentucky. As a result of the partnership, Gincana is sponsoring fellowships for UK masters and PhD students focusing on genetic improvement of hemp for enhanced CBD levels, metabolic engineering to increase production of minor cannabinoids, remote cannabinoid analysis, and a variety development characterization for certified seed production. In the last few months, Gincana has announced significant expansion plans, including the building of a $40 million facility in Graves County that will bring more than 80 new jobs to the region. This is WCLU Local News.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry, do it.
In more local news at this hour, Justice Deborah Hembry Lambert, which was elected on November the 6th of 2018 as Justice of the 3rd Supreme Court District, will be invested formally in ceremonies conducted in the Supreme Court courtroom in the Capitol building today, 1:30 p.m. on Monday at 1:30 p.m. She serves the 3rd Supreme Court District, which is comprised of 27 counties. Justice Lambert came to the Supreme Court after 4 years on the Kentucky Court of Appeals. Her election on the 3rd Appellate District, Division 1 in November 2014 made her the first woman from the 3rd District to serve on the Court of Appeals. Likewise, Justice Lambert is the first woman to serve on the Supreme Court from the 3rd District. The news that AK Steel was closing the Ashland Works by the end of 2019 was like a punch in the gut to Ashland Mayor Steve Gilmore. In December of 2015, AK Steel idled most of the Ashland Works operations, including the blast furnace, but continued to operate a single hot-dip galvanizing coating line for 230 employees. The company had about 940 employees when it was partially shuttered 3 years ago. Gilmore says, "It's really a tough hit for Ashland, Kentucky. That plant basically built this town. As far as I'm concerned, it had such a major impact for 100 years. Gilmore and State Senator Robin Webb of Grayson have both been in contact with AK Steel officials in Middletown, but no matter what was offered, it wasn't enough to keep the plant open. That impact will be felt far beyond Ashland and Boyd County. It affects the whole tri-state, southern Ohio, and West Virginia, Greenup County, and all around that area. A lot of people from Carter County also work there, too, according to Senator Webb." Gilmore received the news from a phone call from AK Steel Vice President about 4:30 p.m. on Monday. This will increase those operations' utilization rates, production volumes, and customer shipments are not expected to be impacted by the closure. The company will offer employees at the Ashland Works site open jobs at its other facilities. A man who shares a name with Kentucky's first governor is seeking to become governor himself in 2019. Isaac Shelby Ike Lawrence of Lexington filed his papers Tuesday at the Secretary of State's office on the last day to file, seeking the Republican nomination in the May primary. Lawrence was one of 7 people who ran for mayor of Lexington in 2018's nonpartisan primary, where he finished 5th. He described himself as a realtor, landlord, entrepreneur. For about 25 out of 40 years, I was one of the largest landlords in Lexington, said Lawrence. Lawrence says he opposes charter schools. His platform includes fighting what he calls the Kentucky Uglies, which he describes as obesity, diabetes, premature births, and smoking. He says his running mate is James Anthony Rose of Lexington, who he described as semi-retired. In addition to Bethune, other GOP gubernatorial tickets are headed to Representative Goforth, East Bernstadt, and William E. Woods of Corinth. And this is WCLU Local News. I'm Wes Royce reporting. Up next, we have the Trojan Report. Here it is.
I'm Jacob Smith with this week's Trojan Report. Cinderella Closet applications are now available in the front office for juniors and seniors. Please complete the application and give it to Miss Moore in the Youth Service Center. Student drivers, just a reminder, a parking pass is required to park at school. Administrators will be checking the parking lot soon. See Miss Bryant to purchase a parking tag. You're not allowed to drive to school without a tag. Congratulations to Maddie Murray, who was crowned BCHS Basketball Homecoming Queen Saturday night. Also, congratulations to Michael Harbison, who was named the Homecoming King. Congratulations to the academic team, who was district runner-up and advances into the regional tournament in quick recall. Team members include Nathan Hood, James Johnson, Charles Massey, Rachel Sargent, Lexi Mills, Melina Hughes, Justin Lynn, Brendan Billingsley, and Dylan Stotts. Congratulations to Nathan Hood for placing first in math, James Johnson placed fifth in social studies, Charles Massey placed second in social studies and fifth in language arts. Melina Hughes placed fourth in language arts, Rachel Sargent placed fifth in arts and humanities, Maddie Coomer placed third in writing. All these students advanced to region. Prom is May the 4th. The junior class is selling candy bars to raise money for prom. Earn a free ticket by selling 2 boxes of chocolate. See Miss Harris in room 25 in the Science Hall for more information. Congratulations to the BCHS girls bowling team on winning the region bowling tournament over the weekend in Paducah. They will compete in the state bowling tournament on Friday, February 8th in Louisville. Also, our unified bowler Quentin McKenzie and his bowling partner Carter West were the region runner-up. They will play in the state bowling tournament on Thursday, February 7th. The guidance department has reserved the auditorium to register students for the 2019-2020 school year on February 1st throughout the day for freshmen. During third block, second period on February 4th, current sophomores A through J, February 5th, current sophomores K through Z, February 6th, current juniors A through J, and February 7th, current juniors K through Z. On Thursday, the JV and varsity Trojanettes basketball teams are at Casey County, and the boys freshman and JV basketball teams are at Bowling Green. On Friday, the JV and varsity Trojanettes basketball teams are at Hart County. On Saturday, the Trojanettes basketball teams play Davies County at the Owensboro Sports Center. And the freshman girls and boys basketball teams take on Monroe County in the 15th District Tournament at Allen County, Scottsville. Next Monday, the Trojans and Trojanettes basketball teams host Bowling Green. Next Tuesday, the Trojans and Trojanettes basketball teams travel to Russell County. For a daily rundown on what's happening at BCHS, tune into our daily student radio broadcast on our high school radio station, Trojan Radio 88.7 FM, and online at barronschools.com each morning around 7:30 and each afternoon around 3 p.m. That's this week's Trojan Report from Barron County High, where opportunities create success. We are BC.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says government shutdowns don't work. At the Capitol yesterday, McConnell said shutdowns are an example of government dysfunction. Asked about efforts to fully fund the government beyond mid-February, McConnell said he is for, quote, whatever works. Students across the Commonwealth are home from school today as the result of dangerously cold temperatures. The wind chill this morning in the Louisville area alone is expected to be nearly 20 below. Governor Matt Bevin is not a fan of canceling school due to the cold weather. While appearing on 840 WHAS Radio's Terry Miner's show Tuesday, Bevin said America is getting soft.
Again, now we cancel school for cold. I mean,
look, it's deep freeze. This is serious business. It is.
Come on now. I mean, there's no ice going with it or any snow. I mean, what happens to America? We're getting soft, Terry.
The governor later said he was being, quote, slightly facetious. The man convicted of tackling U.S. Senator Rand Paul takes the stand in a civil trial against him.
Rene Boucher claims he wasn't thinking rationally when he tackled Senator Paul in 2017. Boucher testified on day 2 of the trial, apologetically saying the incident was, quote, 2 minutes of my life I wish I could take back. He pled guilty to assaulting a member of Congress and was sentenced to 30 days behind bars. Paul is now seeking up to $500,000 in compensatory damages and up to $1 million in punitive damages. I'm Haley Hansen.
And a new report shows Kentucky has more than 312,000 people who cannot vote because of a felony conviction. Kentucky is one of 3 states that impose lifetime voting bans on people with felony convictions. A report from the League of Women Voters of Kentucky shows 92% of those with felony convictions have been released from prison and live in the community, but cannot vote. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Let's turn to local sports. In high school girls basketball last night, it was Glasgow defeating Monroe County in a low-scoring effort, 38-29. Barron County defeats Greenwood 73-44, 74-45 in favor of Edmonson County over Hancock County. Also, Allen County Scottsville defeats Franklin Simpson 52-40. Metcalfe County beats Russell County 70-59. Warren East wins big over Cumberland County 66-29. It was South Warren getting the edge over Bowling Green last night 52-48. And Ohio County beats Todd Central 47-40. In boys basketball last night, Glasgow beats Monroe County 60-49. Greenwood defeats Barron County 68-49. Also, we had a close game, and Allen County Scottsville gets the edge over Franklin Simpson 48-44. Hart County defeats Greene County 79-66. And Metcalfe County defeats Russell County 56-53. Warren East defeats Cumberland County 80-68, and it was Warren Central defeating Taylor County 85-77. And that's a check of local sports.
Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessonberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessonberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Extreme Prosthetics understands that when it comes to comfort...
WCLU news time is 6:27. It is currently 18 degrees here in downtown Glasgow. In area funeral announcements of this hour, Junior Parsley, 89, of Rhoda, died Sunday with his family by his side. He was retired from Eden Corporation as a machinist and was a faithful member of the Beaver Dam United Baptist Church. He is survived by his wife of 70 years, Bernicia Slaughter Parsley, 2 sons, Roger and Randy Parsley, both of Brownsville, 1 daughter, Dina Vincent of Rhoda, 7 grandchildren, Brian, Michael, and Travis Parsley, Tyra Balance, Lana Montgomery, Bo Vincent, and Emily Bullock, and 13 great-grandchildren. Funeral services for Junior Parsley will be at 11 a.m. on Friday at Beaver Dam United Baptist Church with interment in the church cemetery. Visitation begins at 3 p.m. today at the church. The Patton Funeral Home Brownsville Chapel is in charge of arrangements. Funeral services for Carly T. Buddy Vibbert, 79, of Tompkinsville, will be at 2 p.m. Thursday at the Yoakley Tribble Funeral Home with burial in the Old Mount Hermon Cemetery. Visitation will be from 2:30 p.m. until 8 p.m. today and after 6 a.m. Thursday at the funeral home. Donations are suggested to Hosperis Health or Monroe County Backpack Program. Funeral services for Francis Dean, 78, of Horse Cave, will be at 1 p.m. Thursday at the Wynn Funeral Home with burial to follow in the Wickerville Cemetery. Visitation will be from 2 to 8 p.m. today and on Thursday from 9 a.m. until time of service. Funeral services for Rihanna Dawn Bryant, 31, of Lucas, will be at 1 p.m. Thursday at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home with burial in the Tracy Cemetery. Visitation will be today from 3 to 8 p.m. and Thursday morning until time for service at the funeral home. The funeral services for Connie Denise Sexton, 65, of Heistville, will be at 2 p.m. today at the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home with burial in the Heistville Cemetery. Funeral services for Laureen James Burks, 84, of Glasgow, will be at 1 p.m. today at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, burial in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. The family requests that you consider a donation to the Glasgow Bible Church. Funeral services for Albert Leroyce Helton, 76, of Mount Hermon, will be at 1 p.m. today at the Strode Funeral Home in Tompkinsville, burial in the Eisenberg Cemetery. Military rites will be performed at graveside by Glasgow DAV Chapter 20. Memorials are suggested to the Eisenberg Cemetery or the Harmony Baptist Church. Funeral services for Joyce Kinslow, 82, of Roseville, will be at 11 a.m. today at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home with burial in the Caney Fork Cemetery. Alternate expressions of sympathy are suggested to the TJ Community Foundation for the Shanti Nicotin Hospice Home in care of TJ Sampson Hospital or Brawa. Funeral services for James Russell, 88, of Tompkinsville, will be at 11 a.m. today at the Yoakley Tribble Funeral Home with burial in the Bailey Cemetery. Donations are suggested to Rock Hill Cemetery, Bailey Cemetery, or the Alzheimer's Association. Funeral services for Reverend E. Lindsay, 79, of Brownsville, will be at 11 a.m. today at the Patton Funeral Home, Brownsville Chapel, with interment at the Slate Bank Cemetery. Memorial contributions may be made to the Alzheimer's Association. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day online at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
Extreme Prosthetics understands that when it comes to comfort and function, not all prosthetic devices are made the same. A properly fitted prosthesis can allow you to walk naturally without daily pain and discomfort. Extreme Prosthetics works with your physician and insurance company to help you get the comfort and function you deserve. Don't let your current discomfort and lack of mobility discourage you. Call the experts at Extreme Prosthetics today for a better, more comfortable life.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
When God was instructing the children of Israel as to how to escape the 10th and final plague, the final plague that would let them out of Egypt at last, he said in Exodus 12:13, "Now the blood shall be a sign for you on the houses where you are, and when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be on you to destroy you when I strike the land of Egypt." God demanded to see the blood in order for them to be saved. Now we fast forward in history to our present day. God still demands to see the blood in order to save us. Ephesians chapter 1 verse 7 says that it's the blood of Jesus that cleanses us from our iniquities. And in Revelation 7:14 it's those that have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb that shall be saved. This has been Bart Warren for the South Green Street Church of Christ.
Everyone knows you have to winterize your boat, but too often we forget our cars. Glasgow Tire and Auto Center wants to make winterizing your cars top of mind. Stop into Glasgow Tire and Auto Center and let their professionals suggest what's best for your specific vehicle. Also, check out the showroom. When you need tires, Glasgow Tire and Auto Center has brands like Michelin, BF Goodrich, Uniroyal, and more, with some great rebates and incentives to get you back on the road. Visit GlasgowTire.com for more details. That's Glasgow Tire and Auto Center, 602 Happy Valley Road, 270-651-7075.
Money may not grow on trees, but it does grow at Citizens First. Hi, I'm Dana Chapman, branch manager at our Glasgow Southgate branch. We have a checking account at Citizens First that earns you real interest on your money, more than most CDs. Our Platinum Plus checking account. Our staff makes moving your account to Citizens First simple and seamless by helping you through the process. We're committed to a brighter future for both you and our community. Citizens First, the best choice for the best checking accounts. Stop by today to open your Platinum Plus account. Member FDIC.
It is 6:33 here in downtown Glasgow. We're looking at 16 degrees already on the thermometer. It is cold outside, pretty windy as well. Ray Stajic has more from the Weather Channel. Ray?
Colder air coming in, Arctic front pushing through this morning, already down to the south and east of us as the winds have started to shift around now to the northwest. Wind chill advisory until 1 o'clock this afternoon. At this point forward now, we mix clouds with sunshine, maybe a leftover flurry, especially east. Then sunshine breaking out as we get into the afternoon, 10 below zero. Tonight, single digits, wind chill reading single digits below zero at times. So another frigid day tomorrow, mostly cloudy, highs in the mid-30s. And as we get on into Friday, a chance of rain showers, mid-40s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local. All
right, thank you, Ray. Now let's turn for our current conditions. Marlon, what do you got for us?
Well, we got the barometric pressure at 30.16. We got winds at the northwest at 16 miles an hour. My humidity at 81%. And precip is just a trace.
Just a trace, not hardly anything to...
Just little snowflakes outside.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Marlon Witcher on our show this morning, who is our guest host. We had a pretty, what I would call a contentious issue at the Glasgow City Council over the last few weeks, and a lot of talk about the Aquatic Center. Of course, Monday night, that was voted down 5-7. You voted against it both times, and then, of course, two other council people, Monica Patrick and Freddie Norris, reversed their vote in the second reading. And what do you think made that shift? You know, it was 7-5 and then 5-7. That doesn't always happen. What do you think caused that, Marlon?
Well, my feelings is that the consensus of the people. I had a lot of emails and a lot of calls, and I think they did too, that were against it at this time. That would be my thought on it.
Well, I mean, I don't think, and I said this when Chastity was here, I don't think there's one city council person out there that doesn't want that for Glasgow, for the kids, for the families.
That's true.
You know, and I think that ultimately the council decided, you know, we need to think this through before we commit ourselves. And for 20 years, at $454,000 a year in debt service, you know, you can ask the county of Barron about their debt service on the jail
Right.
You know, it definitely you feel it when you're looking at the budget. Now, Marlon, how many years have you been on the city council?
I'm starting on my 11th year.
Oh, starting on your 11th year.
Yes.
All right. I remember when you first ran, and of course I was a big supporter of yours. I remember you all throughout my childhood, Marlon. I mean, you're just kind of a Glasgow staple, and I remember growing up around you in the neighborhood, and
right.
I don't think I've ever lived in a house that you hadn't painted. But what makes you keep wanting to serve the citizens of Glasgow?
Well, I enjoy talking to people and seeing their needs and their wants, and just try to help in whatever way I can.
That's right. That's what all the council folks are elected to do, and of course, you felt like the folks who were talking to you Monday night, you wanted to continue to hold your no vote against the aquatic center. I feel like that
right.
you did what the people asked you to do.
True.
Of course, Chastity did a great job in here last week as well, talking about the pros of this thing. But $6.5 million is a lot of money. In respect to other things in the city's budget,
right.
What would $450,000 a year? What would that be the equivalent to of anything that you all are currently funding?
Well, we need, of course, our parks need to be updated. No doubt whatsoever about that.
Mm-hmm.
But we have lost too many good police officers.
Yes.
Fire department people
mm-hmm.
that we need to keep, and we need to find monies to try to keep those people here, because most of them are leaving on that account.
Yes.
Which
I understand.
Which is a good reason, you know.
Yeah. But they do protect and they do serve.
Yes,
but
we need, right.
We need good officers around here, and that's a very valid point, Marlon, and I'm glad you brought that up, because other separate items were brought up at the meeting Monday night. The one that they talked about the most was the landfill, and everybody knows, besides the occupational tax and property tax, the big revenue generator in Glasgow is the landfill.
Sure.
It just is.
It's a regional landfill.
It really is, and a lot of folks come to use it, and it makes money. But that doesn't necessarily mean you can touch that money, does it?
It's true.
You know,
it takes a lot to operate it.
Mm-hmm.
We have to. In the future years, we're going to have to find new land to start another landfill. It costs to close them, it costs to open them,
mm-hmm.
and in fact, we bought. I forget how many years ago it was. We bought land from Billy Joe Rogers.
I remember that. Mm-hmm.
To get clay from it.
Mm-hmm. And that's just going to continue to extend. Y'all are going to have to build a bridge out there to continue to transport that from point A to point B.
Right.
And so, you know, I think it's easy for everybody to say, well, Glasgow needs something. Glasgow needs a water park. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I'm not here to answer that question, but when you get down to the nitty-gritty, folks like you and Wendell Honeycutt and others look at the city's budget and say, you know, that would be great, but not right now.
Not right now.
And I think ultimately that's probably the way most people feel. But there's other people out there, people my age who have kids who really wanted to see this, who when they heard about it, it was a great idea. And it is a great idea.
It is. So you get down to the nitty-gritty.
Right, exactly. So I understand that. But before Councilman Gauntz called to question the $6.5 million option, which he called the Cadillac, there was also another option. There was a $2.5 million option. Do you think after the Finance Committee reviews this, do you think the $2.5 million option is something that will be brought up again?
It probably will. I don't know. I don't know what the yet. I'm also on the Finance Committee,
mm-hmm.
so we'll have to look into it and see.
Right. You know, everybody knows the parks need attention, and I think you guys are committed to doing that. Are you not?
Oh, sure. I mean, you know, but not at this time, but because we've lost a lot of industrial jobs
mm-hmm.
that are.
It's your bread and butter when it comes to city fund. It's the occupational tax.
1.5%
yeah.
occupational tax.
Right.
Of which brings in our operating money.
Mm-hmm.
So we've lost instead of gained.
Right.
Over the years.
Everybody also knows that some public revenue has risen in the form of the alcohol tax. But explain to folks, because I think this is a big misconception. You can't just use that money for anything, can you?
The what?
The alcohol tax revenue.
No, it goes to the police department, and if the fire department, if it's a drunken driving
arrest
or death, whatever, they can get part of that money.
Right.
So it goes toward law enforcement.
Well, that's what we want to do today, Marlon, is just, I mean, Marlon, everybody knows you're a good guy. And no matter how you vote on anything, you're still a good guy. And so I think that, today we just kind of wanted to loosen things up. 'Cause it was a point of contention. A lot of people had an opinion on it. But, we move on as a community. We move on because we're still Glasgow, and we're still a place that everybody ought to be proud to be from. And so we move on, but I wanted to discuss that, and you were appointed Monday night to the Electric Plant Board, and so you will serve where Freddie Norris had asked not to continue on that board.
That's right.
And we'll talk about that here in a little bit, but right now we're going to pause. We're going to go over the birthdays and anniversaries and things like that, and then we'll get Sam Terry on the line, and we will do the archives and dig deep into history. So you'll stick around with me, Marlon, and we'll have a good morning, all right?
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Marlon Witcher, who is our guest host on Good Morning Live WCLU today. When we come back, we'll have a look at local birthdays. Stay tuned.
Find the next great piece for your home at Barren River Consignment, where the inventory is designed to provide something for everyone. Affordable household items from mid-century to home decor, including furniture, artwork, dinnerware, glassware, and more. Each piece is cleaned and polished to ensure the highest quality to become the perfect fit for your home. Barren River Consignment also offers estate and tag sale services. Shop for style without breaking the bank. Barren River Consignment, located on L. Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
Check out the great deals at Gilead Auto Group in Glasgow. Stretch your hard-earned tax refund further during Gilead's Tax Time Sale-a-thon. Save big on over 450 pre-owned vehicles, starting at $2,500 up to like new 2018 models. Plus, we have over 100 vehicles priced below $9,900. We work with over 20 lenders to get you the vehicle you need and deserve, no matter your credit situation. If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
TJ
Coworkers to bowl in the Business League.
Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Hi, I'm Fred.
Center is a fabulous place to go for any reason, especially for birthdays. Celebrating. We got some folks celebrating today here on the birthday list. And so we'll kick it over to Marlon Witcher, who will give us the latest birthdays, Marlon.
All right, we got Vernon Crawhorn. We got Bess Williams, who is 98 years old. We got Dr. Sandra Moss, Dolores DeVore, Amber Mitchell, who is 24, Lynn Strode, Justin Carey, Lashana Mitchell, Joanne Thomas, Becky England, Abigail Ray at 15, and Elman Borders.
All right. And if you look there at the bottom of that page there, who is our good as gold person of the day?
Today is Lynn Strode Day.
All right. So if you see Lynn Strode around town, what do you do, Marlon?
Give her a pat on the back and tell her she's good as gold.
That's right. From all our friends here at WCLU and a little taste of Texas, the phone lines are open here at 270-651-9149 or toll free from a long distance at 1-800-956-1023. We'll be happy to take those birthdays and anniversaries for you. And we have just received notice that Caverna schools are closed today. Glasgow schools will remain open, but Caverna schools are closed today. And, of course, Barron County schools will be out Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And for parents and students, you need to know that Thursday and Friday is the I Learn at Home day, where you'll be getting your studies completed from your home or wherever your computer is. So that's what we have right now in the way of birthdays. And in 60 seconds, 15,000 inventory items. Calendar repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto, no problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow.
Hello, I'm Stephanie Bewley with Amedisys Home Health Care. Here at Amedisys Home Health, we know it is important to you and your family to trust the healthcare professionals that you invite into your home. And we want you to know that you have a choice. If your doctor talks to you and your loved ones about home health, ask for Amedisys. We are a group of compassionate professionals who deliver the best care to our patients in their homes. With Amedisys, expect quality, patient-focused care you need and deserve. Amedisys Home Health with a hometown touch. For more information, call 270-651-7640.
It is time for the archives here on WCLU, brought to you by Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services, because history is made by the hard work that stands the test of time, and it's also brought to you by Amedisys Home Health. When you have the need, Amedisys is ready to serve. I'm joined on the phone here with Sam Terry. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, Wes. How are you today?
Good. You're sounding good and clear there, and well, don't want to make that same mistake we made a few weeks ago. That was rough, because they don't want to hear me. They want to hear you, Sam. We got to get your mic turned on. But we're ready to go here, and Marlon Witcher is joining me as well. So we'll dig right in. For the folks listening, we have a couple of decades where we have already completed what has been sent to us from our fine folks, the great volunteerism that is the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center, Ray Green and Miss Gail Berry. And, of course, those two, along with you, are three commonly referred to as local treasures, because you guys preserve this history. We certainly appreciate it, Sam. And we'll get started with the year 1919. Here's our story in a common Glasgow name. It was Mr. and Mrs. Allinson Trigg had the misfortune of losing their 1-month-old son, Hayden. He died at 4 o'clock in the morning following the death of their oldest daughter, Charlotte Walker, which happened during the spinal meningitis epidemic in February, less than a year ago. Makes this a doubly sad death, and the grief-stricken parents have the deepest sympathy of the whole community. Can you imagine, Sam? What sad news. Just sad.
Very tragic situation for the Trigg family and for the community. When Charlotte Walker Trigg died in the previous year, in 1918, it was a news item all around the area, because there was a spinal meningitis outbreak and a serious situation. And of course, the Trigg family was very involved in our community. Alanson Trigg was the son of H.C. Trigg, whose home stood in what's now Trigg Court off of South Green Street, and had the Trigg Bank, the Trigg Theater. They were major stockholders in Glasgow Railroad, and real folks who kept the town running along.
Am I correct in guessing, or maybe just that I heard, was there a golf course over there before, too? Or am I wrong?
The golf course was in what's now Norris Court.
Norris Court. Okay. Turn your microphone up there, Marlon. Okay. All right. Well, the Trigg name, of course, you just can't. I mean, it's just very well known in this part, so I knew you would have something to add to that. Dad is texting in as we speak. Of course, we just mentioned Caverna schools are closed today, but also Sky CTC campuses are closed due to the inclement weather. So that's what we have in the latest news, and we dig back into the old news, the archives, Sam, and we've got 1929 next, and this is a name I've heard many, many times on this program. Mrs. Bess Howard. That's Miss Bess Howard. County court clerk has issued about 2,000 automobile licenses in 1929. There remains 1,000 more to be issued. So folks are starting to get cars. They're just, and of course you got to license them, you know.
About 3,000 cars doesn't seem like very many.
Nope.
In our world today.
So they're all on the same street, right?
or all in the same parking lot.
That's right. That's right. That's what we have in 1929. Now, in 1939, Sam, we have already completed those archives, so we're going to skip and finish up 1949. And here is the story. This is crazy, Marlon. Listen to this. I mean, this is like history repeating itself if you look at what happened a couple of months ago. Here we go. Wild dog packs menacing livestock in the county. Reports have trickled to our office that packs of wild dogs are on the loose in Barron County, attacking and feeding on the livestock chickens in the rural area. The packs range in number from 4 to 9 and are said to be thriving mostly in the wooded sections. A Barron County farmer reported this week that one of his large hogs had been attacked and badly scarred by the invading pack, which was frightened away by a shotgun blast. Wow, that is terrible. These wild dogs.
The old saying, history repeats itself.
It does. It really does. And I mean, not to laugh about it.
Nope.
But this is a rural area, and we do have to watch out for that. And of course, if you've got young kids and things like that, you just want to be careful about it. Okay. Now we skip ahead to 1959, and we have an article here about Frigidaire. Check this out. 1959, Frigidaire cooping party was set by the Pace Equipment Company. You remember that name, Marlon? The Pace Equipment Company?
Vaguely, yes. I think I've heard it.
Well, they set out an announcement, and they said attention is invited to the announcement on page 7 in the Barron County Republican concerning the Frigidaire cooking party to be conducted by Pace Equipment Company at the Farmers RECC Auditorium located on South Broadway. The program will be conducted by Miss Darthola Chambers, Frigidaire home economist, and assisted by Mrs. Joe Allen of Farmers RECC and Mrs. Earl Newcomb of Kentucky Utilities. So what do you think they were doing?
They were demonstrating appliances, and it doesn't seem possible to us, but in 1959 a lot of homes were just beginning to get modern appliances, and homemakers at that time, and we wouldn't say that today, we would talk about men and women, but it was mostly women needed to learn how to properly use those appliances.
Right.
And Frigidaire was paving the way for people to live better lives, more efficient, economical lives, knowing how to take care of their refrigerator and their freezer and their cooking stove and all of those things that we just take for granted today.
I know it.
They were going from a wood stove to an electric stove, so there was a big change.
You're right, Marlon. I mean, imagine what life would have been like before the fridge. I can't imagine it. I don't know what I would have done.
Of course, I'm going to tell my age, but I remember having the old ice box.
The ice, and I've seen
the
those.
Ice man would come by and leave a big block of ice in your ice box. That was before the fridge.
He had to be a strong individual, too. Ice isn't light. I mean, so getting his workout in there, that's very interesting, Sam. I think it's it's worth looking at so that you can understand how far we've come. And just to let you know, Sam, 1969, you and Henry completed that yesterday. So we will read a story from 1979. And this I found pretty interesting. The Dart Container Corporation plans to establish a manufacturing plant at the new Horse Cave Industrial Park. That was the news this day in 1979. Wow. I can't believe... I didn't know it'd been here that long. Did you, Marlon?
Well, I guess I could, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
And Sam, I mean... Go ahead.
I think the key word there is plans. I think that the plans were announced, but it did take a little bit of time until DART was up and operating in Horse Cave, but it has certainly been part of a transformation of Horse Cave into a center where lots and lots and lots of people from this region gather every day to work. And some of the products there produced by DART, it's simply amazing to think those products going all around the world, and they start out in Horse Cave, Kentucky.
I got a question for you two men. Was that when did we get I-65? That we got I-65 by then, right? In 1979.
Oh yes, we've had it about 12 years prior to that.
So you're right there between Nashville and Louisville. If you're driving the speed limit, it's an hour and a half both ways. That is cool. And it's still here today. You think, well, what's that going to do to the economy? We're just making cups and containers and things. Well, people still need cups and containers. They're still making them. They're still making a good life for a lot of people who work in Horse Cave today. A good story there from 1979.
And they've expanded many times since then.
They have, and they've got another one coming. Again, talking about plans, more plans continue.
Right.
And that's the news you really want to hear when you hear about stuff coming to your town.
True.
We skip ahead to the year 1989, Sam, where we are talking about another story here, a sad story, funeral services, Tuesday, for a Monroe couple, Larry and Loretta Bryant, who they drowned in a boating accident at Eagles Lake in the Mount Gilead community. That was the story in 1989, a very sad story, Sam.
A tragic accident.
And we do have a little bit left in the archives where we can kind of do a couple of different stories today. And so, but we are remembering on this day Larry and Loretta Bryant, a tragic accident. And then also this day in 1989, another name we know well, Bernard Williams, Executive Director of the Glasgow Barron County Chamber of Commerce, was honored by that group at his final day there. He will be working in the Kentucky Commerce Department. So that was another big story there in 1989. Who was governor in 1989, Sam?
Wallace Wilkinson.
Okay. So probably some connections there.
Lots of Glasgow folks were working in state government at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of them.
Oh yeah.
And there were lots of connections to Glasgow and Barron County and all of South Central Kentucky, and of course probably the most prolific was L. Rogers Wells Jr., who was Secretary of the Finance and Administration Cabinet for Governor Wilkinson.
If you want to get things done, it helps to know people, and so it's just good to note that in history. If some things happened around here, if you'll remember when Rogers Wells passed away about a year ago or so, and we had some folks in here, we had Ben Quinn and we had LaDonna Rogers in, and they talked about when he was up there, when Wilkinson was governor, he would come down to Glasgow, and he told Rogers Wells, he said, there's more construction going on in Glasgow than there is anywhere in the state. How is this happening? And of course, LaDonna said that Rogers Wells said, "Oh, don't worry about it, Governor." So it's just, that's how we get to where we are today. 1989, Wallace Wilkinson governor, and there's Bernard Williams going to work. Now, we will talk about the year 1999, 20 years ago. We have a couple stories to share with you. First of all, heavy rain produced flooding. Beaver Creek overflowed at the bank and flooded part of the Glasgow Golf and Country Club grounds. And now it seems like any time we get an inch of rain, number 3 and number 4 are underwater. It's just, what are you going to do about it? So that was the story in 1999. And also in 1999, we have an advertisement for a business in Park City. Check this out. It was called Cute as a Button Children's Clothing Store in Park City. Who would have been the proprietor of that, Sam? Do you know?
I don't know.
I stumped you. How about that? All right. That's okay. That's what we have in 1999. And we'll wrap up the archives today with one more story from 10 years ago on this day, where power outages led to a loss of water to Caveland and Green River customers. So that's serious. And they serve a lot of people over there at the Caveland Environmental Authority in the Green River area. So, but they were out of power and no water. No safe water, at least, to be had. It was 10 years ago on this day. And that's a case where we don't want history to repeat itself. Sorry about that, Marlon. That's the case where we don't want history to repeat itself, but nonetheless, it's in the archives, Sam. Thank you for joining us this morning. We have
always enjoyable. I'll be here again tomorrow.
We have certainly appreciated your contribution to this program. Let's see here. All right, so I'm getting a text here from Max Marion. He says, cute as a button because her twin daughters, Stacy and Casey Button. Okay? So Stacy and Casey Button were, I guess, the daughters of the owner of this business. So that confirms what we have going on. So that's what I got, Sam. You want to do this tomorrow?
I'll be here tomorrow.
Well, it'll be quick. I'm telling you, we only have about 3 or 4 clippings from the newspaper left in this month's edition of the archives, and then coming up Friday, we'll have a brand new batch. All right?
Well, never fear, though, Wes, because tomorrow we also might have a little bit of a news brief from the past that was one of the biggest national news stories of the 20th century, and it had a connection to Barron County. And it also happens to be the anniversary of that. So tune in tomorrow and find out what that was.
A good reason to come back tomorrow. Thank you, Sam. Enjoy your day, sir.
You too, sir. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Sam Terry, local historian. And as we're checking in on Facebook Live, Marlon, we got some folks out there who are checking in. Aaron and Marlon, if you'll write this down, we've got another birthday. It's Michael Scott Houchins, who is 47 today. Michael Scott Houchins, 47 today. And who else do we have here? We got Bryce Wood checking in. Chastity Lauer says hello. We got Angela Mutter, Kenny Harden, and Sammy Brown. And, okay, here we go. Rhonda Sue says it was Karen Button. So that confirms it. Karen Button opened the Cute as a Button clothing store for children, because she had 2 cute as a button daughters, Stacy and Casey, the twin daughter. I love that. That was pretty cool.
Good reason for the name.
That's right. We know. See, you ask a question, and in local radio, you get an answer. That's what we have. We'll answer some more trivia questions here in just a moment. Marlon will have that question. We'll come back here on WCLU. It is 7:04, 16 degrees.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lesenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Extreme Prosthetics understands that when it comes to comfort and function, not all prosthetic devices are made the same. A properly fitted prosthesis can allow you to walk naturally without daily pain and discomfort. Extreme Prosthetics works with your physician and insurance company to help you get the comfort and function you deserve. Don't let your current discomfort and lack of mobility discourage you. Call the experts at Extreme Prosthetics today for a better, more comfortable life.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's.
Competition is good, and when you've been in business for 53 years, you've done something right. Even with all the new ways you can shop for flooring for your home or business. Here's what Parish Carpet does. They offer the top name brands in flooring backed with solid warranties. Then Parish Carpet stocks a large showroom of carpet and rugs for you to see and feel, not just samples. Then they have the finest individuals come and install those floors in your home. Parish Carpets gets to know you, and you get to know them, and that's why so many people keep coming back. There's plenty of competition, but if this sounds like a place you'd like to do business, stop in Parish Carpet on Railroad Road in Glasgow, 651-8058. All right, right now it's still holding on at 16 degrees at 7:07 now. And let's hear from Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel, see where we're headed.
Colder air coming in, Arctic front pushing through this morning, already down to the south and east of us as the winds have started to shift around now to the northwest. Winter weather advisory expiring. But still, we may have coated the ground in some spots, so there could be some slick travel. Wind chill advisory until 1 o'clock this afternoon. At this point forward now, we mix clouds with sunshine, maybe a leftover flurry, especially east. And then sunshine breaking out as we get into the afternoon. Temperatures are most likely going to end up in the teens this afternoon if we are not there already this morning. As the Arctic front pushes on through, the winds start to pick up and the wind chills most likely are going to be dangerous and down below zero at times. 10 below zero. So certainly hoping you bundled up the kids, covering up exposed skin. Tonight, single digits. Wind chill reading single digits below zero at times. So another frigid day tomorrow, mostly cloudy, highs in the mid-30s. And as we get on into Friday, a chance of rain showers, mid-40s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. Again, winter weather advisory till 8 o'clock this morning, and then it's just going to be cold. So that's what we have going on in the weather forecast. What are our current conditions, Marlon?
Our barometric pressure is 30.16. Our wind out of the northwest at 16 miles an hour. Your humidity is 81%, and you had a trace of pre-silt.
All right. That's what we have for the weather forecast. Folks, I know are waiting patiently to hear the trivia question, so we'll streamline through our sponsorships here, and we'll come back and ask the trivia question right after this on WCLU.
Professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Find the next great piece for your home at Barren River Consignment, where the inventory is designed to provide something for everyone. Affordable household items from mid-century to home decor, including furniture, artwork, dinnerware, glassware, and more. Each piece is cleaned and polished to ensure the highest quality to become the perfect fit for your home. Barren River Consignment also offers estate and tag sale services. Shop for style without breaking the bank. Barren River Consignment, located on L. Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
Check out the great deals at Gilead Auto Group in Glasgow. Stretch your hard-earned tax refund further during Gilead's Tax Time Sale-a-thon. Save big on over 450 pre-owned vehicles, starting at $2,500 up to like-new 2018 models. Plus, we have over 100 vehicles priced below $9,900. We work with over 20 lenders to get you the vehicle you need and deserve, no matter your credit situation. If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
Building Supply on 31E Bypass in Glasgow.
Congratulations. Are you excited about the new job?
Yes, but I don't know what to do with my 401k.
That's a big decision. As a Modern Woodman financial representative, I can explain your options and help you to make the best choice. I'm Anthony Mike. Call me today at 427-6807.
Get to know your local Modern Woodman representative to plan for your financial future and learn about valuable member benefits. Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures. Securities offered through MWA Financial Services, Inc., a wholly owned subsidiary of Modern Woodman of America.
All right, the number to call is 270-651-9149. Trivia question. Go ahead and throw it on the screen, Aaron, and we'll let our EPB folks catch up. And here is today's question. Marlon Witcher, tell us what it is.
On this cold Wednesday morning, it says, in which year did the Roadrunner show make its U.S. television debut?
All right, so what year did the Roadrunner show debut on television? Who can tell me? I want to know. 270-651-9149. That's 270-651-9149. And we'll go to the phone lines now. See who we got. Good morning, Trivia.
1958.
No, that is incorrect. Sorry about that. 270-651-9149. Ask that question again, Martin.
In which year did the Roadrunner show make its U.S. television debut?
All right. Trivia.
1952.
That is incorrect. Trivia.
1966.
That's right. Who am I speaking with?
Tim Coulter.
Who?
Tim Coulter.
Tim Coulter. I'm glad you won, Tim. You get your speed dial ready like every day.
Yeah.
Like you call in and you and a couple others call in and y'all just hang up. So I'm glad I get to talk to you today.
Well, that's my little brother's birthday, too. He was born in 1966.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So pretty easy for you to remember.
Oh, yeah.
You like that show?
Oh, I love Roadrunner. He never could catch old Roadrunner.
Never could. That's why the show keeps going. If they ever called it, they'd have had to end the show.
There you go.
That's my cousin, Tim.
That's your cousin?
No, my brother.
No, Marlon says he's your cousin.
Well, I'm kin to Marlon, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
All righty.
All right, thank you, Tim. Come by and see us. We'll send you down to get a free pizza.
All right, thank you a lot, sir.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Marlon, I don't know if he sounded like he was reluctant to claim you.
Maybe he was.
Tim Coulter wins Little Caesars trivia. I'm telling you, folks, check it out. Just because it's affordable, I mean, it's affordable and it's delicious. They're located across from El Mazat Lawn, and Little Caesars is a fine place to go. We'll hear from Little Caesars right now, and when we come back, it's the live and local news you depend on. It's 7:13.
We want pretzel crust. We want
Pretzel Crust fans, rejoice because it's back by popular demand. Little Caesars large, soft pretzel crust pizza.
but not when it comes to buying a vehicle at Bailey Gibson. At 306 Happy Valley Road, there will be no high-pressure haggling, just an honest effort to help you find the car or truck you're searching for. No stress or fret at Bailey Gibson in 2019. All you have to do is enjoy your new ride and that new car smell.
Yum! That new car smell is the best. It's almost as good as chocolate.
306 Happy Valley Road in Glasgow, the home of Bailey Gibson Buick GMC.
Insurance is all about families. That's true when you think about it. From insuring your home, your car, to the farm that provides for the family.
Or that family business that continues through generations. I'm Jared Pursley with Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Don't you mean ISU Pettigo Lessenberry?
Okay, Daniel, you always have to be right.
I'm Daniel Bird here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry, and what we're trying to say is that everything we do is for our families. So if you're looking for agents you can trust,
agents who know where you're coming from, then we'd be honored to serve you and your family's best interest.
Call us today at 270-651-8837.
All right, it is 7:17 here at WCLU, and we have 16 degrees. And let's turn to local news. For WCLU News, I'm Wes Royce. Barron County Schools will not be into session today due to the forecasted sub-zero wind chills. An immediate change to the school calendar is that students will be in session on Monday, February the 18th. So mark your calendars for Monday, February the 18th. School will not be in session tomorrow or Friday either due to the below-average attendance that is related to widespread illness. Superintendent Bo Matthews spoke with WCLU yesterday afternoon.
In addition to sub-zero wind chills predicted for Wednesday morning, Barron County schools will be closed Wednesday through Friday of this week. It's primarily due to a declining attendance rate that we've been monitoring for over a week now. We have finally got to the point we are only in the 89% range, and we're also running into a shortage of substitutes to cover our staff member responsibilities. So we've decided that we're going to close Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week. We will be utilizing our iLearn at Home program. Thursday will be iLearn Day 1, and Friday will be iLearn Day 2. And hopefully we'll get back to our normal schedule next Monday.
Again, Thursday and Friday will be iLearn at Home Day 1 and Day 2. At the elementary school level, all Little League activities, practices will be canceled Wednesday through Friday. There will be no daycare services provided either. For after-school or extracurricular activity cancellations, please contact local schools and visit school social media and web pages. Also, we've learned that Caverna schools are closed today, as well as the campus of Sky CTC. A hemp manufacturer based in Winchester has announced they have developed genetic material from the plant that has 0% THC, the ingredient in hemp's cousin, cannabis sativa, that gives the high from smoking or ingesting marijuana. Jen Canna was an inaugural member of the Kentucky Department of Agriculture's Industrial Hemp Pilot Program and was the first hemp pilot program participant dedicated specifically and exclusively to researching and commercializing hemp-derived CBD oil in the state. This company calls this a significant development in the burgeoning hemp industry, which has recently been helped with the passage of the 2018 Federal Farm Bill and the removal of Hemp from Controlled Substances Act. Agriculture Commissioner Ryan Quarles calls this a remarkable development for the hemp industry and Kentucky. He says, quote, "When I became Agriculture Commissioner, I promised to make Kentucky the epicenter of hemp research and production in the United States. Announcements like these prove Kentucky is well positioned to lead the nation in this arena." For WCLU Local News, I'm Wes Royce. It's 7:20, 16 degrees.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding, and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parish Carpet.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo-Lessenberry? Through expert.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says government shutdowns don't work.
This is an example of government dysfunction, which should be embarrassing to everyone on a bipartisan basis.
Asked about efforts to fully fund the government beyond mid-February, McConnell said he's for whatever works. At the Capitol yesterday, he also suggested that he may support legislative efforts to curtail future shutdowns. Meantime, McConnell signaled that he's not crazy about the possibility that President Trump may declare a national emergency on the southern border. Mark Mayfield, NBC News Radio.
Dangerously cold temperatures reported across the Commonwealth, closing schools and businesses Wednesday morning. City officials are urging people to stay indoors. Louisville Fire Major Bobby Cooper has a warning.
We strongly discourage and do not use an oven or a burner to heat your home. You're putting yourself in danger of carbon monoxide poisoning and other flammable or other hazards, and that could put you and your family in danger.
Wind chills are expected to be below zero in much of the state today. The man who tackled U.S. Senator Rand Paul and broke several of his ribs has told a Kentucky jury that he wasn't thinking rationally when he slammed to the senator in 2017. An apologetic Rene Boucher testified Tuesday that it was, quote, 2 minutes of my life I wish I could take back. Boucher was called to the witness stand by Paul's attorney on the second day of trial in Paul's lawsuit against his neighbor. The senator is seeking up to $500,000 in compensatory damages and up to $1 million in punitive damages. And students pursuing civil engineering and engineering technology degrees can apply for scholarships being offered by the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet. The cabinet says it will award up to 30 new scholarships. Information and applications are available online. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
You know, for visiting teams, the trip to the home court of the Big Blue usually ends in disaster. But for every disaster that happens off the court or field, call the fire, water, cleanup, and restoration specialists at 1-800-SERVE-PRO. That's where you'll find the team that's faster to any size disaster, thanks to 27 locations across Kentucky. So when fire or water threatens your home or business, call on the Big Green Vans. It's 1-800-SERVE-PRO, that's SERVPRO, or servepro.com. Go Big Blue!
Looking for fast, easy, and secure electronic banking? Community Trust has a wide variety of banking services to meet your needs, including internet banking, bill pay, and mobile banking. We now have even more great services like Apple Pay, make payments directly from your smartphone, and People Pay, a fast, easy, secure way to send and receive money from your smartphone. Visit us on the internet to learn more at ctbi.com. That's ctbi.com.
Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC.
Let's turn to local sports. In high school basketball action last night, in girls' games, it was a low-scoring affair for Glasgow Lady Scotties, defeating Monroe County 38-29. Barron County defeats Greenwood, a big score there, 73-44. Edmonson County beats Hancock County 74-45, and it was Allen County Scottsville getting the edge over Franklin Simpson 52-40. Also, we had Metcalfe County, who defeated Russell County 70-59. Warren East big over Cumberland County 66-29. South Warren defeats Bowling Green by 4 points, 52-48. Todd Central falls to Ohio County 47-40. In boys basketball last night, Glasgow Scotties defeated Monroe County by a score of 60-49. It was Greenwood over Barron County 68-49. Allen County Scottsville with a 4-point victory over Franklin Simpson at 48-44. And Hart County defeats Greene County 79-66. Also Metcalfe County defeats Russell County 56-53. Cumberland County 68-80 falls to Warren East, and it was Warren Central defeating Taylor County 85-77. And that's a check of local sports. Now let's check the weather forecast, brought to you by Southern States.
The Weather Channel brings you the latest forecast. Sponsored by Southern States in Glasgow.
Do you know who your new Purina dealer in Barron County is? It's Southern States Glasgow Cooperative. Yes, Southern States now stocks Purina bag feeds, chicken, pigs, cows, and horses. Check with Frank or any of the friendly Southern States staff. Stock up on muck boots for the whole family and save 10% off. Men's, women's, boys, and girls muck boots in the latest styles. And as the weather cools down, check with Jimmy at Southern States to learn about ventless propane heaters from 10,000 to 30,000 BTUs. The staff at Southern States is ready to help you year-round in every way. 300 Sampson Street, Glasgow.
Colder air coming in, Arctic front pushing through this morning, already down to the south and east of us as the winds have started to shift around now to the northwest. Wind chill advisory until 1 o'clock this afternoon. At this point forward now, we mix clouds with sunshine, maybe a leftover flurry, especially east. Then sunshine breaking out as we get into the afternoon, 10 below zero. Tonight, single digits, wind chill reading single digits below zero at times. So another frigid day tomorrow, mostly cloudy, highs in the mid-30s. And as we get on into Friday, a chance of rain showers, mid-40s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. Again, it looks like the precipitation is behind us now until Friday. So could see some rain there. They're calling for a pretty good chance of rain there on Friday. 16 degrees currently. Let's take a look at the current conditions once again, Marlon.
Barometric pressure at 30.16, winds at the northwest at 16 miles an hour, and we got humidity at 81% and just a trace of pre-silt.
All right. Well, that's what we have. Of course, that's my guest host there, if you're just joining us, Marlon Witcher. Marlon Witcher, who served on the Glasgow City Council for 11 years now and continues to listen to the public and does a good job on the City Council. He's on the Finance Committee, which is probably it's probably the most important committee because, you guys have to pass a budget.
True.
And so that's what we have. In City Council going on right now, they voted down the Aquatic Center. You were one of the 7 no votes. Let's see here, who voted no? So we know Freddie Norris and Marna Kirkpatrick voted no when they had previously voted yes. You voted no. Terry Bunnell voted no, and we had Sherry Eubank voting no, and a few others like that. And of course, you had Patrick Gauntz and several folks who were for the Aquatic Center. But ultimately, that did not pass, probably due to budget constraints, would you say?
That's true. Very true.
The other big action item that took place on Monday night was that Marlon Witcher, my guest host this morning, was appointed by the mayor to serve on the Glasgow Electric Plant Board. The Glasgow Electric Plant Board, of course, it has been in the news quite a bit just because of the fact that they have a new rate structure. I won't say it's new. It's been here a while. It got a lot of people that love it, a lot of people that don't like it. But nonetheless, it was an issue in the election, and it was what our current mayor, M.D. Armstrong, mentioned a lot in his advertising commercials for his political campaign leading up to the November election. He spoke about addressing that. And so, Marlon, just from your perspective, you're going on to the Glasgow Electric Plant Board. Of course, you've not been to a meeting yet as an official member, but what is the thing that you're most interested to learn about with the Electric Plant Board?
Well, like you say, I'm going in. Not yet attended a meeting, so I'm going to go in and I guess you say start from scratch.
Right.
Try to learn from bottom to top or top to bottom, whatever, and just be open-minded about what's going on.
That's right. And, they do a whole lot over there at the Electric Plant Board. And when you hear the size of that company, it's amazing to me. The employees down there, they don't have like a ton of employees, but they do a whole lot. And I've always had a positive experience down there. You've got their internet service, which they just doubled their bandwidth for download speeds from 50 to 100 meg if you're on the 50 plan. They provide cable service in an environment where it becomes increasingly more expensive to pay for local channels like WBKO and things like that. And so there's a different tier, if you will, for those services. And of course, the challenge is that you have fewer and fewer people who subscribe to cable, but the expense keeps going up. So that'll be something that you'll need to look into as a member of that. And then also the electrical service that they provide with increasing energy costs. They are working to keep those costs as low as they possibly can for the citizens of Glasgow. So as far as the electric plant board goes, from an outside looking in and getting ready to go in, what jumps out to you is something that needs to be addressed?
Well, we need to, I guess, look at this rate structure.
Right.
Would be the main concern.
Mm-hmm. And they have two options now. You have the coincident peak demand rate, and then they have kind of a flat rate with a service charge on there. So they tweet out a lot when it could be peak demand. Basically, what I understand is there's 4 days out of the month, right?
4 peak days.
And that's kind of how they determine a certain portion of your bill. Based on the fact that when it's like that and we're sucking all of that energy out from the grid on the coldest days of the month or the warmest days of the month, things like that, folks have to tear down their services, whether it be their air conditioner, their lights, and so some people find that as an inconvenience, and some people like the fact that they save money. Not everybody saves money, but some people do. The electric plant board, of course, they'll tell you, if you're on this rate structure, you would have paid this. If you're on that rate structure, you would have paid that. And you can compare and see the difference. But
true.
I'm sure that you're looking forward to serving on that because you do listen to the citizens of Glasgow, and you know that it's something that they want to look into.
That's true. Of course, 4 times a month, I understand. And today is one of those days. In fact,
it's going to be. I mean, it's 15 degrees.
It's the last day of this is the 4th peak for February.
Yes.
January, excuse me.
Yes.
So
it's something
you either pay the high price if you want to take the chance. Of course, they don't say that today is going to be the peak day. It's just a possibility.
It's a possibility. And I don't want to say it's going to be, but, man, it's cold today.
It's going to be close if it's not.
It is cold today.
Because it's cold. It's true.
So I'm sure that you're going to learn a lot on that committee.
I hope so.
And fellow members of the Common Council have asked you to report on that. So we here in the news department will be paying attention to your report and your take on what's going on down there as it relates to what the council has the ability to do to fix things.
Yes.
All right.
Gotcha.
So that's what we got. And, again, we talked about the water park. Everybody wants to see something cool come to Glasgow, but we got to be able to pay for it. And so ultimately I think the council decided that now wasn't the time. The park system, that's something that folks really want to see, especially folks who are like 55, 65 and under. They all agree it needs to be addressed. Do you think that the council will come back and try to address this again in a different manner?
The aquatic park, or
not the aquatic park?
We're gonna definitely come back and look at improving our current parks.
And the council, they spent quite a bit of money for the firm of Brandstatter Carroll to look into this master plan. There's a lot of things in that master plan. They did a survey, as we talked to Chastity last week. They did a survey, and there's a lot of stuff in there that people want to see. Security was a big one. And I don't know what security cameras cost, but you have to think that with the great... that trash can's tipped over twice today. Sorry about that. Trying to keep it condensed in here. Sorry. Security. I don't know what that costs, but you would have to think with the infrastructure that we have with the plant board, there would be some IP cameras up there somewhere. Better gates and fences. Another thing is vandalism. I don't know why anybody would want to vandalize anything, but it happens a lot.
That's a good question. Why people want to do that?
So perhaps there's something the council can do to address those measures and hold those people accountable for the damage that they've done. That's, you don't hear about it in the news. So-and-so got arrested for spray painting or tearing up something at the park. You don't hear about it. And I wonder why. It leaves you scratching your head thinking, I wonder why.
But if we got the security cameras where we can see those people, well, maybe we can prosecute.
And it's going to be a lot more comfortable to send money in the direction of the Parks and Recreation Department if they know they can hold people accountable for that. So I think that's one thing they'll look at.
We need to upgrade our restrooms. We need to upgrade our picnic shelters. And
That's something else that they're going to look at. One other thing I wanted to ask you, kind of putting you on the spot here, Marlon, but I've heard several council members say that they don't feel like that the Parks and Recreation Department gets enough money in the budget. Do you think there's a way to swing it differently, or is that a year-by-year case?
Well, years past, their budget has been cut. So to try to meet the needs of other departments or whatever. So, yes, this needs to be a way to find money for the parks.
You have two different committees. You got the Parks and Rec Committee, and you got the Finance Committee. And y'all two are going to have to come together because basically what you've got is you've got this committee that had this firm do this study, and basically if we want to give the citizens of Glasgow what this study says the citizens want, it's going to take more money. And so the Finance Committee, if you're listening to the citizens, you'll address that. And I'm certain that that's one of the key issues that's on the table.
Of course, each department, whether it be police department, fire department, they all come before the Finance Committee with their wants and needs. So the park will do the same.
Yeah.
So
I think it's going to be good. You know, you got folks like Marlon Witcher, and I do believe all 12 of the council members and the mayor included, that what y'all are trying to make Glasgow better.
Sure.
You're trying to make Glasgow better, no matter what issue it is. And so you serving in the capacity that you are on the Finance Committee, and also now as a member of the Glasgow Electric Plant Board, you're going to look into things. You're going to see, what you can and can't do. One thing I will note, though, Marlon, is what I have noticed just in working with the Electric Plant Board. The staff over there, they're great people, and they have a knowledge that really I value, because we live in a world where things are really, really changing by the day, almost by the minute.
True.
And so they have to pay attention to that. They have to study usage. They have to study bandwidth and how people are using the internet, and they have to provide it at the lowest possible cost. And I think that's ultimately what everybody wants. So I look forward to hearing your reports on those meetings as well. And so I know you'll have a lot to add to the discussion, Marlon. And if you'll stick around with us, we'll be doing Tidbit News here in a minute. If you want to hang out a little bit. Aaron's he's drummed up some Tidbit News this morning, and I know he's itching to get to that portion of our program. It's our favorite part. We don't like to be serious, We just we like doing the tidbits. There's some good stuff today.
Gotta have some fun time.
We might even talk about our governor. Who knows? It's coming up next. And let's hear the good word from Mr. Danny White and the Refuge Church of Christ. We'll head to the roof cam and come.
Is worshipped, followed, loved, and obeyed by all involved, there will be no peace. Until his voice is the one directing affairs at the conference tables in the legislatures of the world, there will be no peace. Man is totally incapable of directing his own step. As surely as that is true in regards to world peace, that's also true in regard to peace within ourselves, and peace within our churches, and peace across the backyard fence. Jesus is the only way man can find peace with God. He's the only way to heaven or eternal salvation. He is the way, the only way, the truth, the only truth, the life, the only life. All others are vain, and will only lead man into deeper difficulties as well as away from God. That will seem to come out to be rigid, narrow, intolerant, judgmental, and exclusive, but it's the truth of God's Word. And if that's offensive to you, are you seeking to please men or God? Jesus is the Prince of Peace. Without him there will be none. This is Danny Wyatt for the Refuge Church of Christ.
Hack Whitty, Marita Whitty Lyle, David Whitty, Becky Lyle, names that have been trusted in this community for quality auto repairs for 46 years. Names you can continue to trust for many years to come. At Whitty's Complete Car Care, they specialize in all your car repair needs, including brakes, tune-ups, and diagnostics. And you won't believe their amazing tire prices. If you're ever in need of towing or unlocking service, Jeff is ready and waiting 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Whitty's Complete Car Care on Rogers Road in Glasgow, 46 years and counting.
When was the last time you got your Ralphie on? What's getting your Ralphie on, you ask? When you're winning prizes and lighting up the score in the arcade, you're getting your Ralphie on. When you're dancing under the lights on roller skates, you've turned on your inner Ralphies. When you bring your coworkers to bowl in the business league, your office staff has clocked in on Ralphie's time. If you suffer from symptoms such as lack of fun, feeling bored, if you get frequent urges to act like it's your birthday, or if you're just not smiling enough, you need to go to Ralphie's. That's Ralphie's Fun Center in Glasgow. A great place for any party, event, field trip, or church group. Get your Ralphie on.
That's right. We're about ready to get our Ralphie on. Let's take a look at the area birthdays, Marlon.
We got Vernon Carhorn. We got Bess Williams at 98 years old. Dr. Sandra Moss, Dolores DeVore. Amber Mitchell is 24. Lynn Strode, Justin Carey, LaShawna Mitchell, Joanne Thomas, Becky England, Abigail Ray at 15. Elvin Borders and Mitchell Scott Houchins at 47.
Now, who's our good as gold person of the day today?
Today is Lynn Strode Day.
All right, Lynn's having a birthday today. If you see Lynn around town, be sure you pat them on the back and tell them they're good as gold for the friends at WCLU and a little taste of Texas. It's 15 degrees right now. When we come back, tomorrow and Friday for illness. Caverna's out today due to the weather, and so is the Sky CTC campus here in Glasgow is out. So just something to keep in mind there as well. We'll come back in a few minutes and do Tidbit News. Aaron's drummed up a bunch of good stuff this morning. I'm excited to see what he has, okay? All right, WCLU 743.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance, growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Extreme Prosthetics understands that when it comes to comfort and function, not all prosthetic devices are made the same. A properly fitted prosthesis can allow you to walk naturally without daily pain and discomfort. Extreme Prosthetics works with your physician and insurance company to help you get the comfort and function you deserve. Don't let your current discomfort and lack of mobility discourage you. Call the experts at Extreme Prosthetics today for a better, more comfortable life.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Find the next great piece for your home at Barren River.
From around the globe and up the street, it's Tidbit News with my guest host, Marlon Witcher, and my right-hand man, the man, the myth, the legend, Aaron Russell. How you doing, Aaron?
I am doing well, Wes. How about yourself? And good morning, Mr. Witcher, as well.
Good morning.
All right. Here in the way of tidbit news, we're going across the pond to start things off, we're going to a British zoo. They're offering spurned lovers the chance to get back at their exes. Because
what lovers?
Spurned lovers.
What does that mean?
I guess that
Spurned.
means like hurt lovers.
Hold on, let me look it up. Go ahead. I'm listening.
All right.
It's the word of the day.
Yeah.
Spurned.
The chance to get back at their exes by naming cockroaches for them on Valentine's Day.
What?
The Hemsley Conservation Center in Sevenoaks, England, is raising funds by allowing members of the public to pay about $2 to name a cockroach after their former lovers. For those that don't quite require revenge, here's another way to make yourself feel better about getting back at your ex this Valentine's Day, the zoo said. The HCC is offering the chance to name a cockroach in honor of your friend's worthless ex-someone on this special holiday of love.
Wow.
The zoo said the names have been chosen by those who pay the fee, and they will be displayed on a board outside of the roach enclosure, and the purchaser will receive a certificate from the facility.
Now that I know the definition of spurn, which is reject with disdain or contempt, knowing that definition makes that whole story come together. In other words, there's a lot of hate going around.
Yeah. So
there's too much hatred in this world, Aaron.
If you're really angry at your ex, but you don't want to just be upfront about it, you can just name a cockroach after him instead.
But if you love them, you can name a star after
I guess so.
What's that 800 number?
Yeah. Which star is it? Oh, that one over there. That's your star, honey.
When you look up at the sky tonight, think of me.
Yeah. All right, our next one coming up here for our view. But yes, he escaped from North Knoxville, and they don't know where he's went. But I mean, he lived in Knoxville.
Heading down
so
I-24 somewhere.
I don't blame him for trying to escape.
Oh no.
Maybe he got out. Maybe he's looking for better, like he's going to UT Knox or something like that, and further his education.
He's probably headed to Dolly World.
Yeah, that's it.
Dolly World. Gotta be.
They're going to put him in the show.
Oh gosh. You know, it is kind of cute.
Yes, he is a cute. But man, I don't.
For neglect.
Yeah. How do you let a rabbit that size out of your sight ever? Do they have to walk him? Did they have to take him out on a leash? And there's so many questions about this rabbit. But either way, moving on from lost rabbits and cockroaches, we have a lucky guy who in a very unlucky place right now. Wisconsin man who currently is experiencing what they say on CBS News, wind chill values like 50 below zero. So I'm sure he's not enjoying that. But he is enjoying a $350,000 jackpot lottery ticket because he said he got a craving for some pizza down at the gas station and went down
Everybody
there.
loves gas station pizza.
Yeah, went down there. I guess got him some.
Sushi's pretty good down there, too, as well as the fried chicken.
Got himself some gas station pizza. Bought a scratch-off while he was there, and $350,000 is going in his pocket.
That's great. Well, about half of
it. Yeah, that's true.
Some of it's going back where it came from.
And, he had a craving for Rocky Rococo's in the local gas station.
Rocky what? Rocky Rococo's?
Rocky Rococo's, ROCOCO.
What is that?
It's in Festival Foods in Wisconsin.
We've got to go. We've got to go there.
So he went to pick up a slice at Rocky Rococo's in the Festival Foods, did some shopping, and then went into the lottery machine on his way out, purchased a scratch lotto ticket. And
why do we never hear about a normal lottery winner? It's like, I just went in to get my daily tickets and I won. You never hear that. It's always like somebody who was about to be, broke or something.
Yeah, it's always at the most weird times. Like, it's either at a very good time for them, or it's always like, I don't know, I was just out delivering papers and I found a lottery ticket on the ground and somehow I won $1 million. Like
lightning struck.
Yeah.
There popped a ticket.
Yeah.
What else you got, Aaron?
All right. And our last one for today, taking things to the Commonwealth here on this Wednesday morning. Talking about a little tidbit news.
Up the street.
Yeah, that's right. And Governor Bevin said yesterday on the WHAS radio show, Terry Miner's show, he voiced his concerns about schools closing due to the extreme cold and called the American people soft.
Oh, wow.
There's no ice going with it or any snow, Bevin said. I mean, what happened to America? We're getting soft, Terry. We're getting soft is what the governor.
I heard the news story on that. He was kind of joking.
He said later, I was being slightly
that guy's not
facetious.
allowed to tell jokes sometimes.
Yeah.
Because he's not good at it.
No, he's certainly not, because he says everything in the same tone. So you never really know.
Bless his heart.
But yes, he says later in a release that he published on his Twitter that he was being slightly facetious, and but it's stating to better err on the side of caution. However, he stated it could set a poor precedent for the youth, so he really wasn't. It does concern me a little bit that in America on this and many other fronts, we're sending messages to our young people that if life is hard, you can curl up in the fetal position somewhere in a warm place and just wait until it stops being hard.
And watch us on Facebook Live. What's your take on that, Marlon? Is it soft?
Well, as a kid, I walked to school for 6 years. And I don't remember us having closing school. This is at a one-room school now, out in the country.
5 miles uphill both ways.
So we didn't close down on account of the cold weather. So
it is, to me, it strikes me as a little odd. But at the same time, there's more to go with just cold.
Yeah,
that's true.
I mean, there's a lot that goes on. I mean, buses. I mean,
yeah,
it's a changed world.
Never been out of school for just cold in my time either. I mean, there's been snow, there's been ice, and like for Barron County, it's been sickness really that's got us closed this week. But I haven't heard of just extreme colds. But if you're in Wisconsin and stuff, and you got wind chill values as low as 50 below zero, that feeling out there, and could easily get, I mean, if you have a campus that's similar to like Barron County High School where you have students walking outside consistently having to go to classes, just like a college campus, I understand that being closed.
With the sickness going around too.
Yeah.
Yes, cold air outside.
It's going to do nothing but spread that.
It kills your immune system too.
Definitely.
All right, Aaron. A good round of tidbit news from rabbits to. I'll tell you another thing too. I hope. I hope there's not a soft turnout in the primary.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope the softies don't get out and vote.
Hopefully it won't be too cold in May.
Be too cold. Can't get out and vote because we're too soft.
That's what we got in tidbit news, Aaron.
All right.
Funny stuff there. I want to thank my guest host, Marlon Witcher, for coming in this morning. You know, we talked about some contentious issues this morning, but ultimately what we want people to know is that there's conversations that need to be had, and ultimately you want to listen to the folks who elected you and make the best decisions. So, and of course, you know, you've been a lifelong friend of mine. I mean, when I was a kid, you know, I can. I
remember you well.
Yeah, I was just, I don't know. I just, for some reason, I always liked Marlon. And so I always, and I was happy to have him on today. So hopefully you'll come back again. And you did a fine job this morning, too.
Thank you. And I also want to thank all the citizens that emailed and called concerning city issues, and I hope they continue.
Yep.
And people needs to express their opinion, whether they're for or against whatever issue that comes up.
It's good
we
to
need
have.
to hear from the citizens.
It's good to have leaders like
Because
you
they
who are
are the
accessible.
voters.
That's right. That's who you listen to. That's who put you there. And it's good that you're accessible, Marlon. We do appreciate that. And as always, thank you for being here on WCLU.
I enjoyed it.
All right, coming up, the 8 o'clock live and local morning edition. We'll say bye to Facebook and everybody, and I hope everybody has a good day. It's cold. Caverna schools are out. Barron's out. CTC is out. So be safe and get healthy. 7:56, 15 degrees.
Money may not grow on trees, but it does grow at Citizens.
Find the next great piece for your home at Barron River Consignment, where the inventory is designed to provide something for everyone. Affordable household items from mid-century to home decor, including furniture, artwork, dinnerware, glassware, and more. Each piece is cleaned and polished to ensure the highest quality to become the perfect fit for your home. Barron River Consignment also...
Check out the great deals at Gilead Auto Group in Glasgow.
Stretch your hard-earned tax refund further during Gilead's Tax Time Sale-a-thon. Save big on over 450 pre-owned vehicles, starting at $2,500 up to like new 2018 models. Plus, we have over 100 vehicles priced below $9,900. We work with over 20 lenders to get you the vehicle you need and deserve, no matter your credit situation.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
For home health care. Or call Amedisys Home Health Care at 270-651-7640.
The new Hardee's is now open in Glasgow. Normally, when someone moves into the neighborhood, you welcome them, preferably with biscuits. But we already make biscuits from scratch, hand-breaded chicken tenders, and 100% Angus beef thick burgers. So don't you go welcoming us. We can welcome ourselves and shake our own hands. But that doesn't mean if you visit us, we won't welcome you. And welcoming you with welcome biscuits is all we need to welcome ourselves. Got it? Good. Welcome to the neighborhood. Us. Next to Glasgow High School on Columbia Avenue. Hardee's, because it tastes better. Now open.
Is your New Year's resolution to save money? Let your friends at SCRTC help start your new year off right.